All right, so this is a video about my 1/16 Tamiya full option Panther. Now the kit is a late Panther with the chin mantlet, the flame retardant exhausts, different idler wheel. And what I did is I backdated mine to an earlier G. I think this should be sometime around September-ish, 1944, somewhere around there, time build, right before they stopped Zimrit and all that. So what I did to backdate this is, one is the rear idler wheel, which if you take a look right there, that is the early G type idler wheel, and it's also the D and the A, but that's an Asia Tam. They're really inexpensive, like $8 for both of them, but they get you with the VAT and the shipping from Germany, so they're a little more expensive that way. So if you order anything from Asia Tam and you want some Panther idler wheels, get some other things to make it worth the purchase. But they came with the ball bearings, and they were simple, bolt right on, no real modification. The Zimrit is the ATAC Zimrit, and this was the first time I used it, and it went really well. It looks scale, it looks good. The mantlet is a big resin piece, and just looks really good. And it's the nice early curved one, doesn't have the chin on it. So great kit. First time using it, didn't have any issues with it. It's really thin, so you have to be careful with it so it doesn't break. But yeah, the exhaust was the next thing to backdate, and you can see back here it's got the twin exhaust there, not the flame retardant variant, so that was easy. Deleting the crew heater was not a problem. Getting this part and the exhaust stacks were just getting the sprues from when you could get them, just order the sprues, as replacement parts. The mesh screen went on real easy, not a problem. Backdating it, you have to take the rain guard off. I'll get to why there's a jerry can holding this barrel up in a minute. You have to take the rain guard off, and you have to delete the gas detection panels on it, and I think that's about it. Oh, you have to delete the visor over the driver's periscope. I think that's about it. It's not a whole lot to do, and it's really easy to do. It's not hard at all. I did add the commander's vane sight up there on the cupola, and the cupola hatch is removable. So there you can see the mounting base for the battle unit, and then that will just slide back in there, not a problem. The rear back here, little air intake, I did put the simple little guard on it. That wasn't bad. The spare track have been drilled out with pins put in it. I didn't hollow out the track horns because, well, on the track they're not hollowed out, so just kept them the same. And as for backdating, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, I did install the metal antenna. That's about it. Now, why is there a jerry can holding the barrel up? Well, that's because on the barrel where it mounts into the recoil, see, it's broken, and this barrel will just go up and down. So, and it's a real bear to get to fix that. I have the part. I just need to get it in there and get it fixed. But since it's not a battling tank anymore and it's display, it's kind of low on the priority list. But I did add all the periscopes to it. There's in the commander's cupola, in the driver's periscope, the radio operator's periscope, loader's periscope. They all got their periscopes in there. As far as like mechanical upgrades, there is ball bearings in the road wheels. So the ball bearings are in the idler wheel, which on this idler wheel, I lost the little cover. So luckily you can still get these from Asia Tam. So got that. I just need to get it painted and taken care of. The one fit issue, I guess you can call it that, is if you look back here on this back deck, you can see that it's bowed out. Now, you can see it really good here, and it just needs, man, if it was straight, that'd be perfect. But, you know, it is what it is. And if you don't own a Tamiya Panther, you gotta unscrew this here. This is the part that holds the hull down, basically. And just unscrew this, and there you can see the little detail I added to that. But yeah, backdating this to a late G to an early one is not hard. I have all the stuff to do another one, but unfortunately these kits are no longer available. Well, if you do find them on eBay, they kind of want a lot of money for them from what they used to be. The turret numbers and the insignia, they were all done with a mask. So they came out really well. There's no decals on here. Kind of going with the theme with my other previous 1/16 scale tanks. This was a mask, so they got the mask for the Panther and the turret numbers, which I think they came out pretty nice. I do like the Panther. I think it came out pretty good. It's even got a little red dot there for his eye, so kind of came out pretty nice. Other than the little plastic barrel piece that mounts to the recoil mech, that's the only thing that has really been broken on this tank. I mean, I think I built it around 2018, maybe 2019. So it's a few years old. And it got its time at Danville. I mean, it wore the little plastic cleats off on the stock track. So my son battled this tank. So yeah, it got its use. The mounting the IR, you know, just drill out the machine gun hole here, run your cable through there. You'll have to cut it and then resolder it, no big deal. And then you got a nice, neat little wires out of the way for your IR emitter. So it's nice, neat, it looks tidy. It doesn't look bad at all. The everything else is really pretty much straight out of the box. No problem with the electronics. Since I run RC trucks and stuff, I cut the Tamiya connectors off and put Dean's connectors for the batteries. But everything else is pretty much stock, other than all of the changes I did. And you could kind of say that some of them are stock because these are Tamiya parts. The exhaust came out of the Jag Panther kit, which wasn't hard. This came out of the Jag Panther kit. When you could get those sprues. I did build another Panther before this one, and it had the disc camouflage, and it looked really good. I mean, I was quite proud how that had turned out. There's actually a build vid or build blog or whatever on RCU Universe that shows the disc camo, and it came out really nice, and I was quite proud of that. And the first weekend I took it to Danville, somebody wanted to buy it, and so I sold it. And I was able to get another kit back when these things were, available, and so I built this one up. The previous Panther that I did before this, it did not have Zimrit. It was more of a October, November-ish build. It still had the curved mantlet. I got that off that was a Shumo part, which Shumo's out of business, so you can't get that anymore. So I kind of made it, a little bit of an early G2 before the chin mantlet came out. Post Zimrit, still had the didn't have the flame exhaust, and it didn't have the crew heater. So they were very, very similar, except this one's got the Zimrit. I think that one might have had the rain guard on it. I'm not for sure, because I can't remember what month the rain guard started getting installed. So, but this one doesn't have it. They all do have this little block right here. So that's kind of like a elevation stop. So once the mantlet hits that, can't go any higher. The track, never had any problems with the track. I know the earlier kit, you could have sprocket wouldn't quite mesh up with the track, and you had to shim it. This was a later kit, so that issue had been fixed. The sprocket covers are held on by magnets. A little magnet you glue in there, and you can just hear that click into place. So, yeah, this has been a great tank. Battled it for a couple of years before the museum closed and I had moved away to a different state. But yeah, it's definitely well worth it. Hopefully Tamiya will make these tanks again, because one, they're fun to build, and back then, in the 2010s, there's tons of aftermarket for them, which unfortunately with Shumo drying up and going away, trying to find a curved mantlet would be extremely difficult, and probably modifying the kit one would be a lot of work. But these are fun, great little tanks to run around. Everything else is really stock kit Tamiya stuff. What I like to change is, the outward appearance of it. I mean, the Panther was a popular kit at Danville, but they were all the same. They had, they were built straight out of the box, and I like mine to be a little bit different. I like making it, an earlier type, or adding something that theirs don't have, like Zimrit or something, and just making it kind of stand out from the crowd a little bit. And this is a good way to go. With the Tigers, you can add Zimmerit and use, with, like I said, with the, you could make a mid version with Zimmerit. You could make the early version. You could do a late version with steel wheels when you could find the steel wheels. I think Weekoi used to make a steel wheeled version for the Tamiya kit, which can't find those anymore. But yeah, I'm kind of getting off topic here a little bit about how good it was back in the 2010s and early 2000s with a lot of aftermarket support for these tanks. I do have everything I need to do another tank, including I didn't put the metal track on from Impact on this build. I was kind of saving it because at the time I was like, oh, I'll be able to get another Panther kit and and backdate it and really go to town on it. Well, I guess I'd waited too long because I don't have a Panther kit, but I still have all the stuff to do it. The track, with the because the Impact track won't work on the stock drive sprockets. So got the Impact sprockets and track, and I've got all the stuff to do another early G. I've got the idler wheels from Asia Tam. I've got the rear exhaust. I've got the vent screw. I mean, everything to do another early G except the kit, which I don't know if Tamiya will do one. Well, I'm still able to build them, but we'll see. We'll see how that happens. See how it goes. But yeah, it's been a great little kit. And if you can still find them and not pay through the nose for them, I wouldn't hesitate in recommending that purchase, because these are good tanks and they will work with very little hiccup. Just got to be mindful about this long barrel, because that plastic piece that connects the barrel to the recoil mech can break on you, as I've obviously showed you on this build. But and then it's also very hard to get to. So it's not like the Tiger, where this top piece can come off and you've got easier access to everything. Only the bottom part of the turret will come off on this kit, and that helps, but it's still a bear to get to and actually fix. But yeah, if you're interested, if you ever pop on the RC Universe and go to the RC tank section there, I've got a couple builds. I think I mentioned them before, like the other Panther I did with the disc camouflage is in there. The Panzer IV I did with Zimmerit is in there. The Sherman I did is in there. I think might be another Tiger build in there. I can't remember if it's the mid or the late I built. The late I built, I sold. I sold that 6-8 years ago. I can't even remember anymore. Time just flies by. But yeah, a buddy of mine had been wanting it. I had sold it to a guy, and then he ended up selling it to him. And so I got to see it one last time before it went away, which was kind of neat. So yeah, kind of good. Went off topic again. Went down memory lane. But yeah, great kit. If you can get one that's not priced through the nose, I wouldn't hesitate at all at being that'd be a good purchase. You'll have a lot of fun with it. This one was a great build. So I did 2 early Panther Gs, one without Zim, one with Zim. And like I said, this is the ATAC Zim kit, and it went on no problem. Looks great. Looks scale. That'd be really, really tough to do by hand, and I was like, I don't think the juice is going to be worth the squeeze on trying to do this Zim by hand, So I went for the ATAC route. I think it was like about 50 bucks. So I don't know if the prices have gone up or not, but I think you can still get these from ATAC, which is in Poland. So it shouldn't be too hard. I know they do a lot of other just Panthers, Tigers. And, I mean, they've got almost a lot of the 116 stuff covered. Yeah, that's really about it. Great kit. If you got any questions or comments, just leave them down at the bottom, and hope you give it a like and a subscribe. Thanks.